This is Elon Musk's $300 million private jet collection, but that's just the beginning. We're talking about a man who casually spends $216 million on his kids, owns an $80 million neighborhood, and has a car collection so wild, one of them is literally floating in space. But before we talk rockets, diamond rings, and million-dollar memes, let's start with something much smaller: his shoes. The illegal $1,500 sneakers. Back in 2019, when Elon Musk unveiled the Tesla Model Y at Tesla's design studio in California, he wasn't just launching a car, he was quietly making fashion history and breaking a few laws while he was at it. Musk wore a custom, one-of-a-kind pair of Air Jordan Teslas. These weren't just your average hype sneakers. They were made from red metallic leather, pony hair, and most controversially, python skin. Here's the kicker: owning or wearing python leather is completely illegal in California. It's a violation of state wildlife laws that could land you with a fine or 6 months in jail. Of course, Elon, being Elon, wore them once and never again, but for a man casually planning to terraform Mars, what's $1,500 or a python violation? Watches for Earth and beyond. Because let's be real, even in space, your wrist needs to flex. To celebrate 50 years since the first Swiss watch went to space, Musk collaborated with Tag Heuer to design the Carrera 1887 SpaceX, a sleek, limited edition timepiece built for orbital elegance, retail around $10,000. But back on Earth, Musk plays in a different league. He owns a $50,000 Audemars Piguet, the kind of watch that screams wealth without saying a word, and a $200,000 Richard Mille, often referred to as the Billionaire sports watch. These pieces aren't just for telling time. They're wearable assets, status symbols, and in Musk's case, small change in the grand scheme. His total known watch collection? Easily over $250,000. Cars that broke records and bones. Forget shoes and watches, this is where it gets outrageous. Most people collect stamps. Elon collects cars that belong in movies, museums, or space. Let's start with the famous one, his Tesla Roadster, which he launched into orbit aboard a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket in 2018. That wasn't a simulation, that was Elon's personal car sent on a billion-year journey around the sun with a mannequin named Starman in the driver's seat. Why? No reason, just because he could. But not all of Elon's rides are futuristic. He's also got the 1920 Ford Model T, the first mass-produced gasoline car in history, worth about $25,000. A nod to the beginning of automotive history, owned by the guy reshaping its future. And then there's the emotional one, the Jaguar E-Type. Musk first saw it in a magazine at 17. He said, "That's the most beautiful car I've ever seen." When PayPal made him rich, he bought it, but on the way home from the dealership, it broke down.
Speaking of PayPal money, he also spent $1 million on a McLaren F1, one of the rarest and fastest supercars on Earth. He famously told reporters in 1999 that he didn't own a house, but "This is the car I do have." He later crashed it with no insurance.
This is the Scrong S2 Choose Determined. So the Scrong S2 Choose Determined.
But the most ridiculous car in his collection, a Lotus Esprit submarine car used in the James Bond film The Spy Who Loved Me. Musk bought it at auction for $1 million and later joked about turning it into a real working sub with Tesla tech.
He were the real car of Lotus Esprit submarine car. And he older do a home idea to say again.
Elon's total car collection is easily worth over $2.8 million, and that's not counting the rocket-powered ones.
He said this was released on Farmer 1000 car, and he said that I do real spread.
His $80 million real estate empire. So where do you park a collection like that? Well, if you're Elon Musk, you don't just buy a house, you buy the entire block. It started in 2012 when he purchased a $17 million Bel Air mansion with 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a wine cellar, a private screening room, and even its own tennis court. But Musk didn't stop there. Over the next 7 years, he bought 6 more properties on the same street. Now, he reportedly lives in a $50,000 tiny home near SpaceX headquarters in Texas. Because when you're building Mars colonies, a McMansion just feels unnecessary.
This is a great examining, great started, was coming to voice.
Diamond rings and million-dollar breakups. Elon doesn't usually wear bling, but when he does, it's next level. He owns a diamond-encrusted Tesla ring.
I really don't like suspend today a one of the B and D.
$216 million on his kids. Elon Musk has 9 children, at least. The average American spends about $300,000 raising a child. Elon tried $24 million per kid. That adds up to a jaw-dropping $216 million. For Musk, it's not just parenting. It's raising the next generation of humanity, possibly for life on Mars. The $300 million jet collection. When it comes to flying, Elon doesn't book business class. He books the whole sky. He owns 5 private jets, with a combined value of around $300 million. His first was a Gulfstream G550, a $26 million luxury aircraft with leather recliners, a full bedroom, and satellite Wi-Fi. But once he saw that Mark Cuban had one, Elon did what Elon does. He bought 2. Then came the upgrade, a G650ER, costing $75 million. It can fly from LA to Sydney non-stop. And when the G700 launched, Elon ordered one of those too. Again, $75 million. The G700 is just slightly bigger than the G650. Same cabin, slightly longer fuselage, like buying a new iPhone because the camera's 1% better. At Musk's level of wealth, a $75 million jet is like buying a nice coffee. To keep track of it all, there's an entire Twitter/X account that publicly tracks his jet's movements. And even that became a free speech scandal after he banned it, unbanned it, and then tried to shut it down again. His biggest flex ever, buying Twitter for the memes.
Most people, when they don't like a social media app, delete it. Elon Musk buys it.
In 2022, Musk made headlines and shocked Wall Street by purchasing Twitter for $44 billion. At the time, the company was hemorrhaging money, losing users, and not worth even close to that figure. Why $44 billion? Because he wanted to offer $54.20 per share. The $4.20 was a weed joke. That joke alone cost him $19 billion in overpayment. After taking over, he fired half the staff, reinstated banned accounts, changed verification, and rebranded Twitter to just one letter, X. His goal? To turn it into a super app like WeChat, combining messaging, banking, social media, and payments into a single platform that runs your entire digital life. Analysts say if he pulls it off, X could eventually be worth over $80 billion. If not, it's still the most expensive meme in history. So what does this all mean? When you're the richest man alive, luxury becomes routine. $1 million here, $1 billion there. Whether it's diamond rings, submarines disguised as cars, or sending your personal vehicle into deep space, it's just another Tuesday for Elon Musk. But love him or hate him, one thing's undeniable. Elon Musk doesn't just live in the future, he builds it.
Subscribe with notifications on for more deep dives into the world's richest minds, craziest purchases, and the future of science and tech.